So I feel the need to talk about Pokemon Arceus. This trailer popped up the other day during a very small Pokemon stream where they talked a little bit about some news. They got some new games coming out, whatever. But this game caught everybody by surprise. Definitely caught me by surprise. And I want to talk a little bit about it today. As a person who loves video games, loves Nintendo Switch, and wants to love Pokemon again. It's been a while since I've loved all that. But you know what I do love? I love when you hit that subscribe button. You like that? You like that? I knew you'd like that. I always find a way to weasel it into these videos. And it has been working. My subscriber count has gone up pretty well the last few weeks. So thank you guys for all that. Now, let's talk about this here Pokemon, okay? I like Pokemon. I really got into Pokemon when I got my 3DS, and I played a ton of Pokemon X with my wife. She had Y, I had X. We both played a ton. We were doing a lot of travel at the time, meeting tons of people, playing on airplanes, trading. It was really a lot of fun, and I did enjoy it, but I feel like I never had that true connection to Pokemon only because the world just never felt that vibrant and alive to me because I was a late adapter. I didn't get into it right away, and a lot of people were playing like the OG versions on their Game Boys and that sort of thing. I was a very late adapter. X was really my first foray into an official Pokemon game, and I enjoyed it, but I never had that connection other people did. The fact that I was able to explore a relatively large world. The graphics were pretty good on the handheld. Go in and out of towns. You could really explore some various biomes. Was fun. But I think games today require so much more world building than that. And I really feel like the series needed a breath of fresh air. And yes, they are continuing to push the envelope with what Pokemon can do and be. But I really feel like this game here, which I'm going to run the trailer and talk over it. I'm going to have it muted in case Nintendo's, being a butt, which most likely they would be. There's some things that really caught my eye on this, and I want to go ahead and talk over it. I know I'm blocking part of it, but that's okay. You've probably already seen this 100 times before. And if you haven't, check the link below. You can click on it. It's number 3 on trending. It's got almost 2 million views in a very, very short amount of time, which is awesome. What I love about this game is it has that very breath of the world feel to it. I like going out and exploring uninhabited places. I like going out into the world of places that I haven't seen, not the familiar paved roads and towns, stuff like this where you're just out in the wild, looking around, beautiful scenery as far as you can see pretty much in any direction, lots of nothingness and just nature, and I feel like this is where this game will shine. Now, I understand at its core, it's going to most likely be a very traditional Pokemon game. You will have pockets of this kind of open worldness, but I fully expect a very turn-based-esque combat system. I don't think that will change. If it does, that's cool. But the world building is what really intrigues me. The idea that there are going to be these wild Pokemon out there that you're going to have to capture by sneaking up on and climbing over things and moving around the terrain in an efficient way to kind of build up your army. That sounds like a lot of fun to me. I'm really, really excited for that. What I'm not so excited for, though, and this is a trend I have seen on very many PlayStation Nintendo games lately, is their I have a glass. Wow. I have a hair caught on my glasses. Sorry. God, that hurt. Ripped the hair out of my head. It's stuck in my glass frame. What worries me about this game, and it says right here, not actual gameplay footage. This is the kind of stuff I worry about. Pokemon has a problem because it's stuck on the Nintendo Switch. And the Nintendo Switch, as we know, is a very poor piece of hardware. It is fun. It does include a great portable environment where you can walk around, you can dock, you can undock. And pre-COVID, this was the coolest idea on the planet. You could put it in your backpack and play it on the train. You could play it in the car. You could play it at work. We used to do little lunch dates. Me and my buddies, we would go to the pizza joint and bring our Nintendos and throw down in some like Smash or whatever, just little impromptu Mario Kart tournaments. Tons of fun. Post-COVID world doesn't really have that same appeal. I guess you could play in your bathroom or your bedroom or your kitchen, but the portability is gone. But we're still plagued with this really bad hardware problem. And when I see a beautiful, vibrant, open world like this, I want to dive in, and I immediately think back to Breath of the Wild. I immediately think back to Hyrule Warriors, Age of Calamity, and some of these other big-ticket, open-world games and how much they struggled. Monster Hunter Rise, a phenomenal example, a game I am incredibly excited to play. Once I found out that they are releasing a PC port next year, my excitement for the Switch version went to practically zero because the Switch is not capable of generating beautiful 3D graphics. It's just not. Yes, you do have flukes in games like Mario and really Mario, I guess Mario Kart and Mario Odyssey, but a lot of their other games just can't handle it. You get a lot of frame rate stuttering. And we have moved into the next generation of consoles. We are rivaling a Nintendo Switch against the PlayStation 5 and the Xbox Series S, the Xbox Series X, or if you're like me, a gaming computer where 30 is bare minimum. 30 frames a second is just, that's not worth getting excited for anymore. We want higher frame rates. We demand higher frame rates, and games are better for them. And everybody who tells me, frame rate doesn't matter, I'm just in it, I don't mind looking at the eye candy at an exchange. Yes, there are a very small subset of you guys, but I promise you, games below 30 frames a second, those look even worse. And, Link's Awakening, perfect example. That game was hard to play because the frame was so bad, the framing issues. You would skip, you would stutter, you would miss leaf jumps, you would miss enemy attacks, because the game would slow down and then speed up, and it just was hard to immerse yourself in a world. So the fact that the Pokemon Company is going to spend significant amount of time building this beautiful world for us to see and explore, and all of these cool outdoor-esque activities, standing on that cliff and looking out in the valley below, what Pokemon do I want to go after today? You're not going to get that experience because the draw distance sucks. Everything's going to look jaggy. It's going to run at probably 720p if you're lucky. You're definitely not getting a 60 frame per second experience. And this just takes all these cool expectations I already have and it flushes them down the toilet because we know it's not there. Look, I get it. The world is in a major silicon shortage right now. You see the prices going through the roof for graphics cards. Car manufacturers can't even build cars right now because they can't get silicon to finish their designs. The president has leached an investigation into figuring out why are we having such a shortage here in America. We all know it's because of COVID. Not that the thing's obviously silicon's gone. It's more so that, right now a lot of our production takes place in China, and China shut down like everyone else's. So there is no Nintendo Switch 2 on the horizon. There is no Nintendo Pro on the horizon. As far as I can tell, and I would be the first to eat my words, man. I want to eat my words so bad, but I don't see it happening. I see a game like this, and I feel like I want to go to Pokemon Company and say, guys, listen, you have a phenomenal idea here. Don't release it until you have adequate hardware to release it on. Don't release it until you can fully realize your vision. It will not be as cool as you think it is on Switch. People like me who want to get into this will be turned off by this because of just how bad it's going to look. And that's incredibly frustrating. Nintendo Switch this is another example of Nintendo shoehorning themselves into a gimmicky market, which does work. Listen, it's one of the best, if not the best selling consoles, over the last few years, if you look at just total console sales. But let's face it, these games, these visions are becoming bigger and brighter and greater than the little dinky old Switch can handle. And it is time for Nintendo to admit that and to say, stop, don't release this stuff. Maybe you have a really cool idea, put it on ice until we have hardware that can actually support this. But the Nintendo Switch, guys, it ain't it. And that's what really frustrates me because I just want these things. And maybe that's why Metroid Prime is delayed. Maybe, I don't know. I don't know what is going on there, but it's just this hardware sucks. And it's so frustrating to me that we are now, multiple years in. World events have really forced Nintendo's hand. We are stuck with this. They have cool ideas, clearly. This is fascinating. This is a beautiful piece of footage. Of course, across the bottom, this isn't actual gameplay footage because, yeah, Nintendo Switch isn't going to run half as good as that. Nintendo, you guys can do better. You can do better, and I want you to. And with that, I'm closing out this video. Leave your comments below. Let me know if I am a frame rate elitist. That's cool. Say what you want to say. I love to read your comments and respond. But above all else, I hope you guys have a great weekend. Please take care of yourselves. And until next time, I will see you guys on the other side.